The good thing for Boston University power forward Brady Tkachuk, however, is that both his father Keith and older brother Matthew were able to prove that you can play like a nasty meanie while producing impressive point totals. Based on Brady's play against quality teenage competition the last few seasons, there's no reason why he won't be able to do the same. Being the son of Tkachuk can make the expectation for the young lad as astronomical as the number of goals his dad scored during his lengthy NHL career. But watching Brady play reveals a teenager who is more than just a fire-and-forget scoring winger. He is the complete package and is one of the top defensive forwards among his draft peers, but saying that about a player can lead to inaccurate assessments about his upside. Labeling a top draft-eligible forward as defensively sound is at times construed as that player's eventual calling card when he becomes an NHL regular. When it comes to Tkachuk, calling him a glorified checker is both short-sighted and a serious misjudgment of the type of player he projects to be. Mock Draft 2.0, Sabres hit jackpot, lottery prizes aplenty after number 1. Looking at Tkachuk's complete skill set makes it obvious why he's considered to be a high draft selection. Although the love affair between NHL scouts and players who only offer size and strength appears to be souring, one can't deny the importance of icing a lineup with several bigger players who can consistently chip in offensively. Mostly gone are the days of on-ice thuggery, and depth line jobs that once were allocated to face smashers are being given to quicker skill players. Brady, much like the Tkachuks who preceded him in the NHL, can provide a coach with a bit of both. He's an excellent stick handler and plays with poise in the face of pressure. In other words, you rarely see him cough up the puck or pass it to a covered teammate to escape an aggressive opponent. Tkachuk is one of the best 200-foot forwards among 2018 draft eligibles of any age. He can be used as the primary puck distributor on the power play, but is equally reliable during the penalty kill, where he is a threat to score shorthanded. His ability to weave around players keeps opponents honest in terms of how big a gap they'll give him, but Tkachuk needs only a step or two to gain inside positioning and power his way to the net. Once he gets there, there's no telling what kind of move he'll pull out of his hat in order to fake the goalie out of position. More, Rasmus Dahlin or Andrei Svechnikov. It's 1A versus 1B. A top 2018 class, Brady Tkachuk is a higher hockey IQ and has more skill than perhaps is given credit for, said Pete Krupski, who does an outstanding job as the play-by-play voice of the NTDP after working the OL circuit for the now-defunct Plymouth Junior Whalers. He is a leader, Krupski continued. He wore the C for the NTDP U18s and earned the letter. The game slowed down for him and he was able to have success as he got bigger, stronger and with more experience. This is a team that went on a 27-3 roll after Christmas all the way to the gold medal of the 2017 IIHF World U18s. So why is a player with so many superlatives to describe his game being considered by some to be a risky selection near the very top of what appears to be a deep draft class? For starters, he has some lofty shoes to fill, not only for what his father accomplished in the NHL, 538 goals, but also for how Matthew is developing into one of the game's top young power forwards with Calgary. Playing against the Tkachukian backdrop can be viewed as either good or bad for Brady's development, but let's take a look at some of the criticisms being floated around NHL draft circles these days. More, why Andrei Svechnikov's star potential is on par with Rasmus Dahlin. 1. He didn't score enough in college. Stat watchers can be a stubborn bunch, but let's not hold that against them for now. When it comes to Brady Tkachuk's production in his first NCAA season, run-of-the-mill may be the term that comes to mind. However, while 31 points in 40 games may not look as appealing as some of the draft eligibles that played in junior leagues, one must consider several factors. For one, it's tougher to put up points in Hockey East than it is in any European junior circuit, or any of the three Canadian major junior leagues, OL, WHL and QMJHL. This is based on several statistical factors such as league-wide goals per game and player production, but also for the CHL age limit of 21, whereas players in the NCAA can be as old as 24 or 25. Another barometer is Rob Volman's annual translation factors, NHLE, that try to estimate a rookie Niller's first season point totals based on the quality of the leagues they've played in. Players who make the immediate jump to the NHL from Tkachuk's Hockey East Conference have an NHLE factor of 0.393, which is significantly higher than the OL, 0.323, WHL, 0.302, and QMJHL, 0.284. More best draft class for every NHL team. Still, the stat watchers will be quick to let you know that several recent notable NHL draftees were able to not only put up more points as NCAA freshmen, but also distinguish themselves among older teammates. The jury is still out on the likes of Luke Kunin, Minnesota, Henrik Borgstrom, Florida, and Casey Mittelstadt, Buffalo, but one must factor in the slight decrease in overall NCAA goal production from the last few seasons. Moreover, Tkachuk led his squad in assists with 23, which is not an easy thing for a freshman to do, especially on a team loaded with NHL draft picks the way the Terriers are. NCAA player freshman points team scoring draft year: Kyle Connor 7-1, 2016, 1 St. 2015, Jack Eichel 7-1, 2015, 1 St. 2015, Brock Besser 6-0, 2016, 1 St. 2015, Clayton Keller 4-5, 2017, 1 St. 2016, Joe Pavelski 4-5, 2003, 1 St. 2005, Johnny Gaudreau 44, 2012, 2nd 2011, Henrik Borgstrom 43, 2017, 2nd 2016, Luke Kunin 32, 2016, 2nd 2016, Brady Tkachuk 3-1, 2018, 3 Road 2018, Casey Mittelstadt 30, 2018, 2nd 2017, Blake Wheeler 2-3, 2006, 8th 2004. Nonetheless, Tkachuk's transition from the NTDP to the collegiate level was far from seamless. It wasn't until a month into his freshman season where he began to produce on a consistent basis, and his best stretch of the year came during a critical second-half surge that vaulted Boston University into the Frozen Four tournament. More, how Rasmus Dahlin can fit Sabres' fast-track rebuild too. He's not fast enough. There appears to be the belief that Tkachuk is not a good skater, possibly either because of his mature size, 6'3", 196 pounds, or simply the fact that neither Keith nor Matthew were considered speed demons. Another question being asked is how can a team conceivably take Brady ahead of a quicker forward like Filip Zadina, who is ranked ahead of Tkachuk in the majority of rankings outside of the NHL's official central scouting list. Even if Tkachuk's skating-related criticisms are true, the critical aspects to his overall game that we just discussed should nudge the scales in his favor, including over the likes of fellow draft-eligible power forward Oliver Wahlstrom. Here's an example of Tkachuk's straight-line speed and acceleration. 8. Outrace the Slovaks, with Tkachuk converting a beautiful pass with an even prettier finish. Good example of Tkachuk's straight-line speed and stride. Pick.twitter.com/xb47wfw8sci, Steve Cornianos, at the Draft Analyst, December 29, 2017. As you can see, not only does Tkachuk possess above-average speed and open ice, but he creates a significant amount of separation from center Milos Roman. No. 26, White, who also is a first-year draft-eligible classified with above-average speed. The fact that Tkachuk was able to finish with such a deft move firm and close proves that he's far more than just a bulldozer on skates with an famous last name. Granted, it's only one example, but a deeper dive into his footage from the last 2 seasons shows he's more than fast enough to outskate most backcheckers, and his combination of balance and stick handling helps him deal with them if they catch up. More best number 1 and 2 overall draft duos in NHL Draft history. 3. Matthews' numbers were more impressive. The funny thing about the detractors who point to Matthew Tkachuk's gaudy production while playing for the NTDP is that they probably were the same ones who criticized him in his draft year of 2016 for benefiting from the likes previous line mates like Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. With all due respect to the likes of Josh Norris and Shane Bowers, Brady never has had the opportunity to flank an elite playmaker like Matt's aforementioned line mates. In fact, you can make the argument that the 7 games he played with Mittelstadt at the Under-20 World Junior Hockey Championship was the first time in a competitive setting where Tkachuk was able to benefit from the creativity of a high-end playmaker. However, neither Matthew nor Brady were considered the go-to guys on their respective teams, and it shows in where they ranked in team individual scoring in the 3 seasons before they were drafted. Matthew Tkachuk season team GPGAPTSPTS, G team scoring 2013-14 NTDPU 1753-1321-340.64 10th 2013-14 WU17HC 64371.17 5th 2014-15 NTDPU 1865-3858-961.48 2nd 2014-15 U18 WC7 210-121.71 3rd 2015-16 London Bull 5730771071.88 3rd 2015-16 U20 WJC 7471111.58 T-1 Stone Brady Tkachuk season team GPGAPTSPTS, G team scoring 2015-16 NTDPU 175591625.45 7th 2015-16 WU17HC 52351.00 T3 Road 2016-17 NTDPU 18612529.540.89 4th 2016-17 U18 WC 71671.00 T3 Road 2017-18 Boston Univ. He 40-823-310.78 3rd 2017-18 U20 WJC 73691.29 3rd We'll never know how eye-popping Brady's NTDP or draft year stats would look if he rode shotgun to Matthews or played in a goal-friendly OL alongside an uber playmaker like Marner. All things considered, their international production practically is identical. Any scout will tell you there is a lot more to player analysis and assessment than stats. But we're taking about the upper tier of what looks like a near-historic first round. If we are using stats to validate a player's draft ranking, then the cynics have enough ammunition to pass on the likes of Tkachuk in favor of a flashier player who both shot and scored more. In my view, Brady did more than enough to prove he is an elite power forward with star potential and the type of leadership qualities coaches can only dream about. The added pressure of having a former elite goal scorer as a father could make or break him, but give the kid credit, he's steadily carving out his own reputation and should be considered a likely difference maker at the highest level. Steve Kornianos is the founder of TheDraftAnalyst.com, a blog dedicated to the NHL Draft. He is a former prospect writer for ESPN.com and worked briefly for the Associated Press and McKeen's Hockey. He also covered the Boston Bruins, the All and Hockey East for Sports Ticker, and was a minor league baseball editor for House Sports Data.